Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. It is your girl, Sharice Lenore of Raleigh Lenore Enterprises. We are back with you on tonight for another broadcast, preparing for our business shower on Sunday, October the 24th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And tonight we'll be having another business shower sower with us on tonight, Mr. Marcus Jerome Fowler. We're just waiting for him to join the live stream. He's one of our many entrepreneurs who saw the post and said, hey, I want to be a part of what you got going on. However I can help, however I can give back to an emerging entrepreneur, to an emerging leader in the community, to somebody that's starting out in ministry, or whatever their God vision is, I want to help out. Marcus, I can't wait for you all to hear his story, how TNZ came about, TNZ Media, and how he just opened up his first actual building. Even though he's been in business for a very, very long time, he still holds down a corporate America job on top of running a very, very, very successful media production company in the South Florida region. So while we're waiting for Mr. Fowler to join us, I just want to kind of recap everything that has taken place over the past 7 days. So we started on last Friday. And if you guys see me looking down, what I'm doing is I can't see any comments or anyone that's joined or anything like that on here. So I have to join in via my app in order to via my phone in order to see any comments or anything like that, right? So we started a week ago today. And a week ago today, by the leading and guiding of the Holy Spirit, what I felt led to do was to start inviting on all of the business shower recipients. The recipients were individuals who saw the post that the Holy Spirit led me to do and said, hey, Sharice, I have a God vision. I have a business. I have something that I am getting ready to launch. And in the middle of launching it, I need help. I need some resources. I need services. I need a financial blessing. I need something to be able to take my business to the next level, right? So in order to do that, they had to write in and tell me who they were, what their God vision was, the website, if they had one, or social media page where they were showing up in their community with this God vision, right? And then with that, what the need was, and then on top of what the need was, how in receiving that need, what would that do to their business to take their business to the next level? And then on top of that, how would they pay it forward? So many of you all are probably saying, Sharice, what's a business shower? Listen, we're learning all at the same time. A couple of weeks ago, what happened was, okay, Marcus, I see you in the comments saying you're ready, but I don't see you in the studio yet. So if you check your email, sir, you received an email with a link to log into StreamYard. You would need to follow the directions on the email I sent you to log in StreamYard, and then I can bring you on into the studio live. So it's streaming on Facebook, but it's not through a Facebook Live. We're on a different platform that streams live on Facebook and on our YouTube channel. So if you just click the link in your email, I'll be able to bring you into the, on with me at that time. And I'll see you once you enter into the studio. Okay. So about a month and a half ago, I was scrolling through the internet and I saw, something that said, let's normalize business showers the same way that we do baby showers. And I thought to myself, I'm like, wow, that's a really great idea. That is something that we definitely need to start doing. And when I thought about the concept of that, I said, well, let me look and see what a business shower looks like. What is this? What does it look like? And I could not find any examples online. I did see some flyers posted from 2020 and 2019 of people having business shower breakfasts and lunches, but there was no information. So I said, well, Lord, you led me to this. What do you want me to do? And he said, I want you to host one. And I'm like, okay, what do you mean you want me to host one? I have some things going on myself. I need some help in business. But I was obedient. And as I began to sit down and write out what he was telling me to do, he gave me the day and all of that and how to put it together. So I'm learning as I go. So there is no roadmap to this. There's no blueprint to this. There's no 5 steps to starting or launching a business shower. It was something that was in my heart. Being an entrepreneur myself, yes, I've spent a lot of time in corporate America as well. But being an entrepreneur, the one thing that I realized as an entrepreneur was that there was a lot of things about being in business for yourself that you're not told. There was a lot of trial and error. There was a lot of misinformation that was given out there, some of it purposeful, because when someone see you doing something or you are operating in the same vein as someone else, sometimes the wrong spirit gets at play and things like that, to where people don't want to help you. They don't want to give you the information, or they give you bad information to keep you from soaring and going forth in your God vision. So I had a lot of learning curves. I hit a lot of highs and I also hit a lot of lows. I had to learn a lot of things along the way. So in doing a business shower, in my mind, I look at it just like a baby shower. You look at an expected mother, right? And a mother that is expecting for the first time. So we're going to talk about 2 different scenarios. You have a mother expecting for the first time, and that expecting mother for the first time have no clue where to start. Now, they might have grew up in a family with babies or taking care of babies, but they've never carried that baby themselves. They never birthed that baby out themselves. They've never been responsible for the feeding, the clothing, the rearing, the sickness, and all the things that come along with raising that child up in the way they should go, so that when they're old, they won't depart from it, right? There's so many different things. And yeah, there are some things that no one can teach you. You're going to have to learn along the way. But there are some basic things that you need when you bring a baby in the world. You need Pampers, right? Because they do 2 little things that you don't want them just all out willy-nilly. They need clothing. They need food, whether you're breastfeeding and giving natural food. Even if you're breastfeeding, there are certain tools you need in order to help you, especially if you're a working mother and you have to go back to work. So you may need a breast pump or different things like that, or the different ointments and creams that most people don't tell you, hey, you're going to get sore and all of that. You may be bottle feeding, and there's many different types of powder formula and things of that nature. You may need different ointments and different creams for that baby. You may need what they call a Frida, a nose Frida, which from what I'm told from mothers, like, don't leave home without it. It's like an American Express. Never leave home without that nose Frida. Why? Because it helps expel congestion and things like that from babies. You need a crib or something for the baby to play with, toys, all of these different things. And yes, there are certain things you can go out and you can purchase yourself as you go. But it's nothing like, as an expectant mom, you got so many other things to worry about or be concerned about, that you don't have time to worry about and be concerned about, hey, how am I going to do this, that, and the other? What do I need next, right? So we put together a baby shower and we show up for that person that's expecting that baby, and we shower them with gifts, little things that will help relieve the pain. A business shower is no different. So when you have an entrepreneur, especially those that are already in business, that have already had businesses, whether it's a side hustle, whether it's a small business, whether it's a scalable business, whether it's a corporation, no matter what level of business, you know some of the things that was needed in starting that business, right? So a business shower is no different than that. Whether it's resources, hey, let me look at what you already have and let me help you with some steps that you might be missing. Hey, you don't have an LLC? Let me show you how to file the proper way. Or let's talk about your vision to make sure, is an LLC appropriate for what you're doing, or should you do a C Corp or an S Corp? Let's get you registered. Let's get a virtual business address. Or does your business require an actual building? Hey, you need branding, or you need marketing, or you need a logo, or you need a website design. Let me help and sew that into you. You need direction or consulting to help take that vision to the next level. Let me help you with that. So a business shower is centered around, where this business shower, I'm not talking about all business showers. I'm only talking about the business shower of the vision that God gave me to host. It is centered around helping emerging entrepreneurs who are on the edge, who's on the ledge, who says, hey, I have a God vision and I don't know what to do next. I don't know what to do. I put it out here that I'm starting this business. I'm starting this ministry. I'm starting this nonprofit. I'm starting this movement, but I'm stuck. I got a website. I got a name. What do I do next? To be able to help that person take it to the next level. So now let's talk about the second type of woman that gives birth. It can be a woman who's already had 1 or 2 or 3 children, who now says maybe their first 2 kids were boys and now their third child is a girl. Well, you may have some of the basic needs and you know what you need to do in giving birth to a boy, but now you're getting ready to give birth to a girl. How does this correlate into a business? Those of us that are serialpreneurs like myself, that have multiple businesses in different veins or different lanes, what I was able to do with one business, I might have to do something with a different business. I may have one business that is not a scalable business. I didn't create this business to scale. I created this business to be able to create me some quick income on the fly as I needed it. And I'm not hiring nobody extra in this company. This is just me and it's what I do on the side to make some extra money. But now I have this new business or vision that God has given me that is a scalable business that's going to require me to hire employees. So I have a whole nother can of worms that I need to help have open. I'm going to be responsible for payroll and insurance, and now I got to get a building, or it's a nonprofit, so I need to get a 501c3, and I need to know how to properly do my paperwork. What is a board of directors, and who are those people that are supposed to sit in that different position? So now this baby requires something more than what my first 2 babies required. So now I may be coming and saying, hey, yeah, I'm already in business, but now this next vision that God has given me, I'm kind of at a loss on what direction to go. So we have had emerging entrepreneurs from everywhere and different entities apply to be a part of this event. So on Friday night, you met Corinne Peoples. Corinne is a widow out of California who has a God vision for a business called Women's Think Tank, where she goes out and helps women in her community, from helping out the homeless to battered women's shelter to other widows, to pouring into them, helping meet whatever need that they may have. It is a nonprofit organization. She's already done some amazing things on her own, but she talked about taking it to the next level, how to understand getting funding and how to really structure the business side of her nonprofit organization. And then after Corinne, you met Crystal Ross. Crystal Ross wears multiple hats. She's a pastor. She's a prophetess. She's a mother. She's a wife. She's a full-time student. She owns several businesses already. She does graphic arts and design, such as flyers. She has a church that she is responsible for. She has a home ministry. She has 2 podcasts that she does. And then on top of that, she has this vision, JLSC Consulting firm, where God said, hey, I want you to help people that are called to the ministry that need help on knowing how to structure and navigate those waters that she's trying to launch. So we have that going on. And then on top of that, right after Crystal, we had Ina Linares, Chef Ina, who has owned restaurants and all of that, but now she's moving into a different vein where she wants to go ahead and start producing products and things of that nature. And then after Chef Ina, we met, who do we meet after Chef Ina? We've had so many people. We met someone else after Chef Ina that had a business. We met Juanetta Joseph, who has Triumphant Healthcare Staffing Agency. So we've met some dynamic people, and now this week we've been meeting the business owners who have said, I want to sow. We've met some amazing people. We've met Lisa Marie, and now you're about to meet Mr. Marcus Fowler, who has now joined us in our studio. I'm going to go ahead and bring Marcus live to the screen because I know you guys are all here waiting for him. You're waiting to hear what he has to say, what he's bringing to the table. So we're going to have Marcus join us right now.
I'm good.
Mr. Fowler, welcome, sir. How are are you?
What's going on? Everything is good. Sorry for the delay. I had a little technical thing. You would think I would know how to operate it all, but I'm sorry. I apologize, guys.
Well, we're not gonna tell nobody you of all people had technical issues. We're gonna just say it was a work thing. Okay, we just gonna leave
Yeah,
it like
yeah,
that. It is a work thing.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I told
definitely,
many of you
definitely.
all about this individual. I told you a little bit about him. And before we get into tonight's discussion, listen, whether you're watching live, whether you are in the replay, I'm going to ask you to do three different things for me. First, I'm going to ask you to hit that like or that love button. You can double tap it quite a few times. It helps drive up our algorithm. The second thing I'm going to ask you to do is engage in the conversation. Either say, hey, I'm here. Let us know where you're viewing from. And even if you're watching a replay, say, hey, I checked this out and I was watching from whatever city and state you're in. And then the third thing that we are going to ask you to do is hit that share button. Please share the broadcast. The reason why we ask you to share is that what we're talking about tonight in this business shower may not be for you, but you don't know who is on your timeline that can benefit from this information or that had the same God vision. And this is going to be their sign to move forward to produce their own business shower to help out emerging entrepreneurs in their area as well. So do those three things for me. Hey, Erica Lee, we see you watching. Robert Lampkin, I saw that you were on watching. Don't know if you're still here. Michael Lee, hey, beautiful, I see you watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. Tag some people. Hey, tell them to come join the conversation. So tonight we have business owner. We have a person that I've known for a very long time who does remarkable work, impeccable work, that's constantly growing, that's constantly grinding, that's constantly moving, that's constantly trying to change the face of media, that's trying to change how we show up in the world from a digital perspective. I want to present to some and introduce to others my friend of 34 plus years. We probably aging ourselves there. A 34 plus years, none other than, I'm wearing his favorite color, red. Marcus Jerome Fowler. He is the CEO and founder of TNZ Media. Welcome to the platform, Mr.
Thank you. Thank you.
Fowler.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for having me, Sharice. I'm excited. I'm humble. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. And I'm glad to be able to share whatever it is that I can share with current entrepreneurs, up and coming entrepreneurs, existing entrepreneurs, and hopefully my story could either motivate you or help push you to the next level. That would be my prayer for this whole thing right here.
Awesome. So Marcus, listen, everybody see you walking that Miami Heat shirt that you have on there. One of the things I shared before you came live on the broadcast is the fact that even though you run a very successful company, you also still have your corporate America job. A part of the reason is because, one, you love what you do. You work with the Miami, you get to see the Miami Heat play, which is your absolute favorite team when it comes to basketball. So you get to be in that arena, especially doing games and do all of that. But it also has afforded you the financial stability to be able to run your company as well. So before we dig into that, I want you to briefly share with the audience, I know I told them who you are, but from your perspective, share with them who you are, what you do, and why you do what you do.
Well, you shared it all. Definitely. As she stated, I do have a full time corporate job. Working as a security senior here at the Miami Heat, and it's very demanding. As well as I do have my own company, TNZ Media International, that I operate. Pretty much, believe it or not, I operate it on a part time basis because my job here is on a full time basis, and I can only really operate fully with my company on my days off. My days off. So one of the disadvantages of having a corporate job and a full time job is lack of social life. You really don't get a
Job in a
chance.
full-time business.
Yeah, full time, but yeah, lack of social life. And it's a lot of sacrifices that take place, but you have to be driven, you have to be goal oriented, and you have to be stuck on your vision, what you have, and the plan that you have for your corporate business. I mean, for your personal business. Like she said, I use this company to build TNZ Media, whether it was the finances or the connections or the relationships. I use this company to build. I use this company to go through school because it supported me through school. But in doing that, like I said, there was a lot of sacrifices that I had to endure. A lot of things that I wanted to do that I couldn't do because I needed those finances to be in place just in case that chance came up for me to go to another level in my company. There's a lot of things I wanted to buy for myself, but I couldn't because in order to grow your business, you have to continually involve with it. So those of you who know that's in the digital business, whether it's photography, videography, digital designs, any type of anything with broadcasting, you know this field is always evolutionizing. It's always growing. There's always something new. If you can think back to when we had our flip phones, now we don't have flip phones. We have open phones that look like books. You know, things are always evolving. So those things, that's the financial burden. Not even, let me not use burden. That's a financial obligation because in order for you to stay competitive, you have to stay updated. You have to stay updated with all of the technology, all the latest technology. You have to stay digital. You have to be able to give that quality work. You know, so I needed those types of finances to stay on top. So I couldn't really do the things I wanted to do for me because I was constantly every dime that I got, I was putting it back into the company. Every penny that I made, I was putting it back into the company. You know, to me, it was simple because I'm a simple guy. So give me some jeans and a t-shirt and some Air Forces, and I'm ready to go. So I didn't really struggle with that a lot. So it was easy for me to just dump all of my finances into my dream and into my vision.
You know, you gave some very, very powerful nuggets in starting off. You said, you know, one thing is being an entrepreneur, having your own business and being in corporate America, it pretty much eliminates your social life. And I totally agree with that. But also being a full-time entrepreneur it will cause that to cease as well. Especially if you are a serialpreneur, because it's called a level of sacrifice, especially if you're starting out and you're scaling that business and you're growing that business, because all of your free and available time is going back into that business. You know what I'm saying? You're constantly building, you're looking at new innovative ideas and how can I do that? And then you're constantly grinding. Why? Because the second point you made was every extra amount of money I made, I put it back in my business. So what did I hear? I hear that you invested back in yourself. You didn't sit there and cry and say, oh, I can't take my business to the next level because I don't have money. Or, oh, they want me to come do a wedding, but I need 3 extra cameras. I don't have the money to get it. You said, listen, I know what God gave me, the vision he gave me, and I'm here right now, but the vision is here. But
Right.
in the middle of that, he has gave me provision through my job. So
Right.
during this season, that means for the next however many years, I
Right.
make decent money, but that decent money, I ain't taking nobody out on no date. I ain't going on no fancy vacations. I can't go do all of the things that I would want to do myself, because everything I made outside of paying my regular bills, I'm going to put it into what God gave me so that it can materialize into the vision that he showed me until it can pay for itself. And that's one of the things a lot of people that are jumping into the entrepreneurship boat are not willing to do. They're not willing to make the necessary sacrifices to get to the next level. Some of them are being passionate about their vision and they're walking away from their job. I never advise people to walk away from their job unless God told you otherwise. I ain't God. I don't reign supreme. What God told me and what he told you are two different things. But you have to know that you know that you know. And if God did tell you to walk away, that means he's already given you the provision to do X, Y, Z. You're not going to be out here begging. You know what I'm saying? You can't pay your rent, but God told you to walk away. So definitely some wisdom and some nuggets that you dropped there. So when did you originally start your company? What did you start off doing? And where are you now? Where is TNZ now from where you started? And where do you see TNZ going?
Well, here's a part that a lot of people don't know. Those really only those that are close to me know this. But a lot of those that see me now on social media, they see me, you know, they see me ranting and raving about the success and about, you know, the next level that I've came to. But what they don't realize is I graduated out of college in 2009. That summer, that spring of 2009, that summer going into the fall, I started TNZ Media. That first year was horrible. That first year was horrible. I didn't have no direction, no organization. I had some ghetto name that I came up with that I thought that was going to be attractive, and that didn't work. But this was in 2009. Now, just to give you an idea, we're now in 2021, and we're now in 2021, and I just got my first building. So the sacrifices between 2009 and 2021 were great. Now, let me give you some of the distractions that took place. There were so many times within those years that I just wanted to quit. I wanted to give up. A lot of people don't know this because they see me smile, they see me happy, and they always just see me go, 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 go. But so many times I laid my head on my pillow saying, I'm tired. I can't, I don't want to do this no more because I don't feel like I'm moving. I don't feel like I'm growing. I don't feel like I'm getting the support. I don't feel like I'm getting the encouragement. I don't feel like God is with me. I just wanted to just quit and throw it all in in the garbage. There were times where I lost my hard drive that had my master, had all my files on it. There were two times that I had my car stolen with all of my stuff inside of it because I would drive around with everything in my car because I didn't have a place to put it. I was just in a little bit of apartment and I couldn't fit all that stuff in there. I was going from house to house, from building to building, using this, using that, borrowing this camera, borrowing that camera, just trying to do what I had to do and make a name for myself. And so as the years went on, I just, just the right person at the right time would come along and say, hang in there, Marcus, it's going to be okay. Stick in there. And it's almost like God would give me just a little bit at a time just to keep me going so that I can get to this place right here. It's like he didn't give it to me all at once because I think he knew that mentally I wasn't ready to accept success because listen, you have to be in a mature mindset to handle success because you have to be responsible with your finances. You have to be responsible with your clients. You have to be responsible with your business. You have to be accountable. You have to be accountable for that stuff. And then you start getting employees, you start getting people that's joining you. You have to be accountable for that stuff. So I believe that he gave me just enough to keep me going. And then when he realized that I matured enough and I was ready to take on the masses, that's when he said, you know what? This is what I'm going to do for you. This is what I'm going to give to you. And he put me in that position. And when he put me in that position, I started meeting different types of people that were on other levels that were bringing me to introduce me to more people, introducing more people. But this is the thing. The thing that kept me sound was, Sharice, I never lost my humility, no matter what. I never lost my
Mm,
humility, and I always spoke about the company in a third party. Always spoke as if it was a big entity. Always spoke like it was an empire. And I said, when I prayed,
yep.
I said, okay, God, I want this company to be in five parts. I said, I need five parts. And it's almost like every 3 years, he would give me another stream. Every 3 years, he would give me another part. It started off with a lot of people don't know that my niche is videography. It's what I love to do. But I took photography came up, fine. Digital designs came up, fine. So now the company is actually operating in those five parts. From 2009 to 2021, we just now have recently released our last stream this year. And that's when we're able to do live streaming events, live stream your party, live stream. Because why? What did I tell you earlier? Right? Technology goes up. So you have to go up with it, right? So, what was like,
Yes.
what? Let's get on that level. Let's get the 360s out there. Let's get the live stream cameras out there. Let's get it going. Let's get involved. And sure enough, as soon as we put that stuff on our platform, the phones start ringing. Bring, 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 bring. Can you? Can you? Can you? Can you? Can you? And it's like the thing is though, we were in position to do that. I couldn't do that back in 2009. Couldn't do that back in 2015. Couldn't do that too back because I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. And now that
Yep.
I'm ready,
He's
now that I'm ready
preparing you
and
for.
I feel confident. Yeah, that's it. That's it. So I feel great now. So now I feel stronger. I got a team. We got an administrative set in place. We got a team set in place. So now we're just working together as a well organized machine. And I'm just loving every minute of it. I'm just so happy and just to sit back and watch it all unfold and take place. It's a blessing. It's a blessing.
I'm excited for you. I've seen some of your evolution. We met in 1987. We were kids. Kind of grew up together a little bit, and then our paths kind of went in totally separate directions. We lost contact. I want to say, I think it was around 96, we lost contact for good, or what I thought was for good. And we reconnected because of what? The changing of the times. Hello, social media. The changing of the times. We reconnected. And the next time that I actually saw you in person was my mom passed. And I had to come to Florida. And we had reconnected on social media. And you was like, look, I loved your family. Whatever I can do, I'm there. And you showed up. And I was in the middle. I had already launched my radio show. I was already doing Destiny Empowerment Hour. I had just started doing that. And when I was down there for my mom's funeral in the end of June, going into July of 2010, I talked to you about a vision that I had. I'm like, I need an intro and an outro for my radio show. And so this is another part of how of things you did in the beginning, trying out different niches that, a lot of people don't know about Marcus Fowler and TNZ. And so I was like, I need an intro and an outro. This is the thing. Is there any way you can create this for me? And I never forget you going into the studio and you literally sung and created the intro and the outro of my show. You took the vision that God gave me, the words, and it's become my favorite Destiny Empowerment Hour. I love it, the way you sung it in, the way you mixed it down, how it faded into my radio show and how it faded out. Just even that alone. And it's like, next thing you know, I will call you and say, oh, Marcus, I need a logo. Can you make me a logo? And you'd be like, oh my God, my Riley, what do you want next? Hey, I'm doing a Rip the Runway event. Can you make me a flyer? And you was like, I don't do flyers. Like, what are you doing to me? But you created that flyer. And then as my business began to change and I began to do more things, it was like, hey, can you hop on a plane and fly out here and take some videography and film some testimonials and do some commercials and do this and that and the third? And you were like, oh my God, but the thing that I love about your drive, that I feel like if anyone could ever shadow you, if an entrepreneur, an emergent entrepreneur, no matter what field they're in, I don't care what field that they've been called in or what arena, if they could actually shadow you for a day, when you're on a job, when you're on an assignment, when you're called to do something, there is this thing in your eye. There is a vibe that you embody when you're in your zone, to where if I had just met you for the first time and didn't know you from Adam, I see your passion and what you put out. I see the drive you have with what you're working with. I see that level of perfection that you strive for, the customer service, the experience that you give to that person, the way you encourage your client when you're working with them, whether you're taking photos, whether you're doing videography, it is impeccable. And if someone could actually shadow you that say, hey, I want to be in business, they will get to see what it takes in order to really be in business, because it's not all beautiful all the time. You're not always eating all the time. The phone isn't always ringing all the time. You're not booking gig after gig. And some gigs you have to do pro bono for the sense of getting your name out there, letting people see your work. There's going to be some people that hire you. They're not going to like what you do. They're not going to recommend, and all of those things. And it's trial and error. So I watched you up close and personal from 2010 up to this point, and seeing a lot of the evolution, but you never gave up. I don't care what came your way. I don't care what happened. Losing a loved one, just recently losing someone close to you from your workspace and a close friend. It's like so many distractions came that could have beat you down and made you say, oh God, I don't know why you're doing this. I'm just going to walk away from what you gave me because this is too much. But it seemed like with every trial, with every tribulation, with every storm, it made you more stronger. It made you push through. So tell me a little bit about that. What causes you to rise from the ashes like a phoenix in spite of everything you're facing, with life not being perfect, when it looks like all hell has broke loose around you, and you still got to go punch a clock. You've reached the highest level at your 9 to 5 that you can reach, but you still show up faithfully. You still give 100%. but you're still running your business and making necessary sacrifices. What is that drive? What is that thing that keeps you in that vein?
Is I've equipped my mind and my body to never quit, to just never quit, no matter what, never quit. Here's the thing when you never quit, that means something has to happen one day. There's a difference between quitting and failing. I always told
Mm,
myself that I would rather fail than quit. So that's what gets me going. I go, and that way, if I fail, I still can just try to do it again. But if I quit, that means it's over. I mean you do nothing else. I mean you just give up. And I could never give up on something because I'm like, if this is here, there has to be a way. My thing is, I was surrounded with too much success. Working here at the arena, working with the Miami Heat, I was surrounded with too much success. And I saw too much success around me. And I knew I wanted that in me. Even as a military brat, I would see my dad, how he was successful in his family. I would see other soldiers, how they were successful doing what they were doing. I just always saw success. And I said, I want some of that. I want some of that. So I'm like, now I've placed success so high that I don't know what the end is. I might be at my peak,
listen,
but I'll never know it, which means I'll never stop. I don't know how
yeah,
to stop. I'm always looking for what's next. I'm always looking for what is tomorrow. What can I do next? What can I do bigger? I have this quote being saying that if it ain't done big, it ain't done right. People always say, "Oh, just give me a little bit of fly. I just want a little bit of something." I'm like, man, you're talking to the wrong person because I can't. I don't know how to do little things. I don't know how to do simple things. I cannot take your name and just paste it there and leave it like that. It won't sit well with me. I'm going to have to put some glitter on it. I'm going to have to put a shadow behind it. I'm going to have to put emboss it, and I'm going to have to put in cursive and put a big revolving star around it. Oh, I love that. I'm sure, because that's just the type of guy that I am. Well, how much is that? Oh, don't worry about it. I got you. Because me, always go above and beyond because I love to please my people, man, and that's what fuels me. I love to please my people. I'm so into relationships than I am into money. I love relationships. I love people. I love to relate to people because my thing is your money will run out, but the relationship and the support, the love, it will always be there. If I stop doing business right now, you'll always remember me as a good person that did some work for you. You know what I'm saying? And the money won't determine what our relationship is. So I always tell people all the time. Again, why I thank God for my corporate job. I can always I can kind of play on my prices a little bit. So it helps me to be able to tell people, hey, listen, I have to feel it though. Don't get me twisted. I have to feel it. It has to be a God move, and let them know. But I don't know how to stop, Teresa. And I don't think that to me, there's no end. There's no peak. There's no such thing as I made it. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how big you become. Never lose your humility, never lose your character, never lose yourself. And just always be willing to help somebody because remember, you didn't start at the top. No one starts at the top. I don't care if it was inherited. That means whoever gave you that inheritance started somewhere. You know,
come
it,
on,
nothing
come on.
starts at the top. So never lose your humility thinking that you can't pause for the cause, turn around and say, hey, what are you trying to do? I think I could probably help you. Hey, what are you trying to do? I think I can help you. What do you need? Hey, can you help me do this? What do you need? I had a guy hit me up on inbox and say, hey, I like what you do. I would love for you to mentor me. I said, who, me? Are you sure? He said, yes, sir. I love what you do. I'm just trying to be like you or whatever. And he was like, okay, I'm going to be. And every once in a while, he'll get on there and ask me a question. I stop what I'm doing and I answer his questions through inbox. He lives out in Georgia, and I answer his questions in inbox because I know that I had someone help me and mentor me in photography, help me mentor me in videography. And I'm not there, and I'll never be there. And I'm always trying to do that next level. And I see them calling me on that time. So, but I mean, I'm loving doing what I'm doing, man. And this I'm grateful for this opportunity right here. And thank you for letting me share a little bit of my story. I want to come back.
Awesome. So we got one more question for you. I know you got to get out of there. You made some great points. One thing you drove home the point that I talked about last night is that word of mouth is going to be the best advertising you ever did. If anybody follow you, they know that you don't advertise for real. You don't run ads. You don't have posters all over billboards and things. The work and your humility, which was a key word, speaks for itself. which brings repeat business that brings new clients. So you saw this business shower, you saw this event that I was doing, and you reached out and said, hey, whatever I can do, I'm there. So, why were you interested in paying it forward? And what way do you feel like you would be able to help the next emergent entrepreneur? What are you looking forward to most in helping with come next Sunday, the 24th, when we do this live event?
That's such a hard question because I pour my heart into everything. And so my first
Yeah.
thought when you say that, my first thought is whatever you need me to do, if it's within my power and my ability and the parameters of my company, consider it done. Especially if you know you're telling me, Sharice. I don't care who it is. If I have something that I can share with someone, if it's in my power and my ability, and like I say, in my company parameters, consider it done. There is to me, there is no limit to helping people. You know, if I give you specifics, then I'm limiting myself to what I can do or what I might be able to do. Maybe I might not be able to sow seeds, but maybe I can sow seeds of thought. Maybe I can sow seeds of talent. Maybe I might not be able to I don't know. But whatever I can't do, I'm sure there's something that I can do. So come
So
whatever.
Marcus specializes in making, doing logos, and Marcus also specializes in photography for brand photo shoots. He also specializes in, he told you his specialty, what he loves the most is videography, creating commercial pieces to market your business and things of that nature. So for those of you that are watching this live or maybe watching the replay, you please visit the website www.tnzmedia.com for more information. He is located in the South Florida area, but on Sunday, October 24th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, we are going to have this live event, and some people are going to be blessed. You don't know. Marcus may bless you with a commercial for your company to help market it. He may bless you with some new branding stuff. You never know what that blessing is going to be. Maybe you're an emerging speaker or an author and you need a professional headshot done or photo shoot or something like that for your business. It's going to help take your business to the next level. So these are the type of people that we have connected, and I'm so excited. And he travels, because God knows I have him on the plane as often as I can get him out here to Texas to do different services for me. So just because you may say, hey, I'm not in South Florida, I can't connect with TNZ, that's not true. You can. He will actually get on the plane. He will travel if it's within the perimeters of what he can provide as a company, which is absolutely phenomenal. And if you could just answer the last question, why is it important to pay it forward? Why is it important to you as an entrepreneur who is still working a corporate job? Why is it important to you to show up to this business shower and give back into the life of an emergent entrepreneur?
When you're emerging, you're looking to grow. And if you're in position to aid in that growth, that's what you're supposed to do. It's not about paying it back, because I don't want to go backwards. I want to go forward. I want to go forward. So if somebody's in front of me, I want to push you forward. Um, I want to push you forward. And it's important that, you know, if you connect, if you join this platform and you connect, you just open your heart and open your mind and just let God do what he's supposed to do in your life. You never know who's going to be watching. You never know who's going to be watching you, who's going to be ready to bless you or do whatever. But obviously these people that are becoming a part of this platform are people that are ready to pay it forward. People are ready to make it happen, or that has been through the struggles. My thing is, I don't want nobody to have to experience what I experienced and my strive to want to be the best at what I'm doing. So I always tell people, hey, be the best, be the only one that can do what you do the best, because it's going to be a lot of competitions out there. But don't be competing with anyone. Be your own competitor. Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself in what you
Yeah.
do. Be the only one that you can do what you do the best. Find your own style. Find your own niche. Find your own way, and just wait for it, and it'll come. It'll come. So I'm ready to pay it forward. I'm ready to pay it past. I'm ready to pass it away. I'm ready to do whatever I got to do to make sure that anybody that I connect with, I definitely give them everything I got. Definitely give them everything I got.
Marcus, I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you taking away from your 9 to 5 to join us here on this live. If you're watching this live or on the replay and you say, hey, Sharice, Marcus, man, you guys dropped some great nuggets. I really like this. I hate I didn't get in on it sooner. Listen, don't worry. This is just the first one. We have a couple of live in-person business showers that we're going to be doing in 2022, but you can still participate and sow a seed for the on the 24th. So we have 4 emerging entrepreneurs that are going to be recipients on the 24th, and they're going to receive some type of service or resource. But you also still have time to plant a financial seed. We created a Cash App solely for this purpose, which is $flip my legacy. All proceeds raised up until the 24th, we'll show those proceeds live on camera during our live event, and all proceeds raised will be split between those 4 recipients as a seed sown. If you say, hey, I've been watching you over the last week, I went back and I watched some of the replays, I believe this is good ground. This is fertile ground. I'm not a business owner, but I'm someone who believes that God has given me a vision, and I want to step out on faith, and I want to plant a seed in what you guys are doing and how you're helping pay it forward. I want to pay it forward to help myself emerge and to jump off of that ledge and to jump out in faith, to sow into this event. Please consider doing so. Pray about it. If you are a business owner that says, hey, I don't have time to really, provide a service or a resource, but I don't mind dropping a couple of dollars to help an emerging entrepreneur with their next level business, you can do so in that Cash App, which is Flip My Legacy, $Flip My Legacy. If you need a receipt for any donations that's sown, our email address, I'm going to put it, stream it across the bottom. The email address, you can send that email to admin@rileylenore.com. And all you have to say is, hey, Sharice, I sold a $50 seed, or I sold a $500 seed, or I sold a $100 seed, or I sold $5. And I need a receipt so I can use it as a write-off for my taxes, or a gift back. We don't have a problem with making sure you get that necessary information as well. So, Marcus, I thank you. I know you have to go and get out of here. I know duty calls, but thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. Thank you for always being willing to give back. And this is what it's about. This is the vision that God gave me. People who unselfishly, people who you do not have to force, you don't have to constantly beg and say, hey, I'm doing this event. Do you want to be a part? Or the moment you put it out there, it hits their spirit and they say, listen, and he said it a couple of times, I'm definitely not where I want to be. I'm still working a full-time job. I'm still taking it day by day. I'm still learning. But I know where I'm trying to go. It's going to require me to put some type of seed in the ground. And that seed may not be financial, as he said. It may just be an act of kindness, of paying it forward in some kind of way. And that is what this business shower is about, to help people discover purpose, to discover destiny, to pursue their purpose, and give them the courage to step out on that ledge and to leap, to go forward, to step out on what God has given them to do. I'm excited about October 24th. Join us live on Facebook and on our YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, go subscribe now. Riley Lenore Enterprises. Marcus doesn't know it. I love putting him on the spot, but he's going to be coming to film a commercial for me that we were supposed to be doing last year for my YouTube channel. There's going to be some live events exclusively for YouTube. So you need to be subscribed to our YouTube channel, Riley Lenore Enterprises, to be at those events. They will not be streamed on Facebook. I'll see you on the 24th when we do our live event. But tomorrow night will be our next business shower sower, Miss Sherelle A. Reed. She'll be with us tomorrow evening. On Sunday, we'll wrap it up with Mr. Glenn Payne. So we got 2 more business owners to introduce to you that's going to be participating in this event. I'll see you there. Make sure you share this. Make sure you like it. You don't never know if we're going to do a giveaway on tonight. Marcus, we've been doing giveaways all week long. Either the recipients have been given away to, they've been given out of what their gift and talent is. Some of the business owners have been giving away various things. It is not a requirement. You can say whatever you want to give to that time, or you can do a giveaway tonight. I gave away one of my Recreated Me sweatshirts on the first night. I gave away 2 journals on the second night. So if you're led to say, if you say, hey, I have a TNZ shirt or MIT sweatshirt that I'm still waiting on an MIT MTI sweatshirt that I'm still waiting on. Or hey, there's an MTI journal that I have here. I want to sew that into the life of someone. If you're led to do that, let us know. And then the way we do our raffles or our giveaways is based on who watched live or on the replay and commented, whoever shared the video, and whoever liked or loved the post. All of their names get entered. And you saw me do the raffle. You saw how I do the giveaway. So we do that as well. We've had some excited people. Mitzi, who's on, she's been so faithful. She's been on every single night that I've gone live. She won one of the prizes. She's like, I've never won anything. Oh my God, I won. So the excitement that's building up. And we got some great giveaways, even for those that are not recipients on the 24th, going to be receiving some amazing things just for being live in the audience. So we'll be back here tomorrow, same bat channel, same bat time, with another amazing business owner. Marcus, thank you again. Guys, make sure you go check out his website, tnzmedia.com. Book your stuff. And Marcus, if you got to get out of here, you can go ahead and get out of here. I'm going to just wrap up and talk for a few more minutes. Don't feel like you're obligated to stay here. Just shoot me a text if you want to do a giveaway, and I'll make that announcement. Okay? Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
All right. Good night, Marcus. So, guys, I'm excited about what's happening. I'm excited about what we're about to do. I'm excited about what we're going into. And if you are enjoying this virtual event so far, I promise you in 2022, the live events that Holy Spirit has been downloading in me to produce, to bring forth, is going to be mind-blowing. We go from level to level to level to level. We're taking it higher. So I'm excited about what's to come. We have a couple of things that we're going to be putting out there. I have a business mentorship boot camp weekend that's coming up that you would have to apply for to be a part of. But I promise you, it's going to be absolutely life-changing. 4 to 6 women will get the opportunity to have 3 days of one-on-one, taking that vision, taking that idea, and really causing it to blow up, to materialize into something great when you leave our private location. I'm not going to disclose the location. It'll be disclosed to those individuals that are selected. Information on how to apply for that, to read it, more information about it will be released on the 24th. So be looking for that. Go check out our website at www.rileylenore.com. We do an array of things, from business, helping you with business credit, helping you with your personal credit, helping you get your personal finances in order, as well as home ownership. You know my background, 25 years in the mortgage lending arena. So I know that like the back of my hand. If you say, hey, Sharice, 2022, I want to buy a house, I want to be a homeowner, I want to invest in real estate, but my credit isn't where it needs to be, my finances isn't where I need to be, and I really don't know anything about that process. You want to visit that website. You want to either click on our cash program to learn more, or a legacy builder program to learn more. If you are an emerging entrepreneur and you said, hey, I need some consulting services, or I need to talk to someone to see if I'm going in the right direction, I also have a link there that you can schedule a consultation with me. We can talk about that as well. So guys, thank you for joining me. Thank you for being in the audience. Thank you for listening. Thank you for showing up every night, for sharing the video, for liking it, for doing all of those amazing things. So I will see you guys on tomorrow. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. And if you're watching this and you're still on the fence about taking that lead, I'm going to ask you to really pray and ask God what that block is. What is the thing that's blocking you, that's stopping you, that's hindering you from truly stepping out there? Is it fear? Is it something that happened in the past? Is it an old trauma? Is it something that you saw? Do you feel like you don't have the support system that you need? What is it that is stopping you from stepping out on faith to step into what you know God has been speaking to you, what you know you have been gifted to do, what you know that you've been called to do, what you know that you have the talent to do, that you know you have the gifting to do, that you know that the mantle and the anointing rest on your life to push this thing out. What is it that is blocking you, that is causing you to not step out and to do that thing? You need to pray, you need to seek God and ask him what it is, and then ask him for the instructions to break it. Go into fasting, go into prayer, and allow God to minister to your heart and minister to your spirit, because I promise you, if you have a God vision, someone is waiting on you. Someone is waiting on you to show up with your product, with your service, with your program, with your organization, with your ministry, with your radio show, with your TV show, with your book, with your broadcast, with your podcast. Somebody is waiting on you to start your school. Somebody is waiting on you to start your publishing company. Somebody is waiting on you to start your nonprofit. Somebody is waiting on you to step out in what God called and created you to do during this dispensation, during this realm. They're waiting on you. It's time for you to show up for you. You show up for everybody else, but it's time for you to show up for you. Because when you show up for you, you then allow those that's been waiting on you to tap into what God wants to get to them, because you're the person to deliver that thing to them. So guys, we'll be back here tomorrow with another amazing business owner about this awesome business shower. Put it on your calendar, lock the date in. October 24th, 4 to 6 p.m. We'll be live giving away the resources and the services to those recipients, blessing people in the audience. I want to give this last disclaimer, and I promise that I'm going. All of the giveaways that are going to be given, not the ones that the recipients are going to be receiving, but the giveaways that are going to be received by those that are watching. There's two things God has given me to give away. And I promise you, you have to be watching live to receive it. If your name is called, okay? If your name is called and you are not there, we're going to call somebody else's name. And I promise you, there is some things that you don't want to miss out on. You've been saying, hey, I need my credit fixed, but I ain't got no money to enroll in that program or nobody's program. Listen, a free cash program is being given away. That's $1,200. That's $1,200 that's being given away. Hey, I need a business. I want to start a business, but I need a business coach or a business mentor. A 30-day business mentor session is being given away. That's $1,500. You know what I'm saying? So there's going to be some great things that's happening. And then we also have some of the business owners that's going to be giving some stuff. I see this like Sherelle has entered. Y'all are going to meet her tomorrow night. Guys, she is a powerhouse. I promise you, you're not going to be disappointed. She is a powerhouse. She has a fearless collection. She has some fearless items that she's going to be giving away during the broadcast. But you have to be present in order to be entered into the raffle to get those things. I am excited about what God is going to do on October the 24th. I'm excited about the next 2 days when we sit down with Sherelle Reed, when we sit down with Glenn Payne, and we talk to our last two business shower sowers. We talk about their passion, when we talk about their journey through entrepreneurship, when we talked about their yes to this event, when we talk about the struggle in this industry and being an entrepreneur, because it's not all peaches and cream like people try to paint it to be, how social media tries to paint it to be. And I cannot wait to talk to these individuals and you get to hear what they have to say. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, guys, peace out and be blessed.